Happy New Year! Okay, today's video, following up with the previous two videos about retirement. First one, was about am I too young to start investing for retirement? The second one is am I too old to start investing for retirement? This one is now going to help you. Now that you decided to invest for your retirement, how do you know what the funds that are available to you mean? I'm going to give you the general definition of or meanings of those choices. You'll be offered a prospectus. The prospectus will describe those funds' objectives. So I'm going to go from the most conservative choice to what could be the most aggressive. Most conservative choice is normally the money market. The money market only has a life expectancy of 90 days. Obviously, it's not a retirement applicable to most in a retirement account. But you got to keep in mind that every day there are new hires and new one retiring. So it does play a role. From the money market, you have bonds. What is a bond? A bond is just an IOU. With a bond, you get a coupon rate, which is the interest rate that will be paid by that bond for a certain duration. You have government bond, corporate bond, municipal bond from the city, government, or corporations. From the bonds, you tend to have what is called a balance fund. A balance fund is a combination of bonds and stocks. I told you, bond is an IOU and the stock is an ownership. It's an equity is an ownership. Now, normally you have a 60-40 where there's 60% bond in a balance fund and 40% stock, or it could be the reverse. But that's a balance. When you hear the balance, that's what it's balancing from. It's bonds and stocks in one. Sometimes you have a special bond, which is under Calvert. Calvert is a socially responsible bond. The same thing, stocks and bonds, but only invest in socially responsible companies, no tobacco or guns. It's pretty much green energy type of investment. From that, you have an equity income. Income is really paid by big corporations, corporations that actually pay dividend. It used to be called blue chips, like IBM. That's why IBM got the name Big Blue. So you have equity income that is destined to pay you income. Obviously, not as applicable if you're 20 years old, because you're not looking for dividend. The following fund, maybe more applicable, is the growth fund, equity growth. Equity growth is not going to pay you income. It's looking to reinvest to grow even faster for a benefit of a long-term gain. From that, you have what is sometimes a growth in income, which is like the balance fund. It combines income and growth together. And after that, you have special equity or small cap. Small, obviously, you know what it means. Cap is short for capitalization. Small companies, again, looking for fast growth, way more aggressive, but it gives you the opportunity to buy low, and buying low is always an advantage. And that's what time gives you. You buy low every paycheck. Sometimes you buy high, but what you bought low the paycheck before is now worth more. So you win no matter the price. And so from special equity or small cap, that's high growth funds. After that, normally you have what is called an international fund. An international fund is really a fund that invests outside of your country internationally. So yeah, it has exposure to risk, politics, and all that, but that's what an international fund is in general. That also is followed in general by a global fund. A global fund is beyond international. It also includes your own country, so it's a global fund. Now, if you're lucky to have been me, I actually work for a company that also offered an umbrella funds from Charles Schwab. So my customers not only have all the funds I listed, they also had 4,000 funds under the umbrella policy with Schwab. You'll be able to have money up to 30% of your contributions into sector funds. Sector could be gold, silver, even ETF from Bitcoin. Now you can invest in it. Energy, biotech, technology, pretty much any sector you can invest in it. But it was limited to only 30% because the exposure in sector funds is way more riskier. So you can only do 30%. Obviously, that depends on your employer. So it may be more, it may be less, or you may not have that exposure. But those are the summaries that applies to most choices that you're going to have as an investor under the retirement plan. But like I said prior, nothing is more beneficial than getting the pre-tax investment that is tax deferred until retirement. Those are the choices. If you would kindly scroll to the bottom of the video, hit subscribe. Would love to hear from you. Suggestions, questions are welcome. Happy New Year. God bless.